Hi, welcome back to Christine's Corner. I'm so glad you're here. I have Peter Peluso to my right. Hi, Pete.
Hi, how you doing?
Thanks for coming back.
Anytime.
Several times, and we have a different theme each time. He plays the accordion. So what's your theme this time?
This time, I'm playing some numbers you would normally hear at an accordion concert, and which varied all different styles. It wasn't just pop or classical or anything. So, but they usually fell into two categories: pieces that were written for the accordion. Specifically, and in this case, it's going to be by accordionists. These guys were players, and transcriptions, which are reductions for the instrument because they were written for other instrument. In this case, it's pretty much the pieces were written for like orchestra.
Oh,
And they've been reduced to the
to
accordion.
Wow.
This is on the whole orchestra.
Wow.
So
I down to that you.
no, actually to the guys that arranged it, because they're very clever,
But
on what they did.
Play it
So
too.
they let's see, there we go. And so that's what I'm going to do. The first piece is this is what always gets me. Give me a second here.
Yeah.
16.
You've been playing. You've been on many times. I don't know for the ones who haven't. It's been many since you were a kid, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, since I was 7. So.
I always thought it was a polka. It was Polish, and you were saying Italian. So.
And of course there's Italian music, and there's ethnic music, depending on the country. But and there's folk music. There's Cajun, Zydeco.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
was just polka, and that's it.
Yeah, and it's mostly associated with that. But this is a little bit more something. If you went to an accordionist was playing a concert, this is what kind of the stuff we do.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this first one is by a well-known accordionist named Charles Mignotti. Okay. I always have a thing with this. How to pronounce this? It's Swingiana or Swingiana. Well,
I'll go with what you say.
Yeah, one of those two. Anyway, so this is Swingiani by Charlie Mignotti.
And what nationality?
Huh?
Swingiana. That sounds
Yeah.
like Bahamas or something.
Yeah, it's an original piece, so you probably haven't heard this before.
No.
So
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay. I love that. Yes.
Great, but yeah, he's one of my favorite people. He very prolific, wrote a lot of stuff, original pieces for the instrument,
Wow.
which work really, really well.
Yeah.
This next one, it's called In Deep Thought. It's also by a gentleman, John Gart, who around the same time, actually him and Mignotti were friends.
Oh.
They were all in New York City playing concerts, composing music. Okay. This, totally different. Both these pieces were kind of in a jazz style, as I don't know, if, bouncy.
Yeah, I can hear-
This
yeah.
one, of course, as it says, is a little more subdued.
'Cause
In
in deep
it's got to be,
thought.
it's got to be in deep
So
thought.
it's gonna be, yeah.
So anyway, this is In Deep Thought by John Gart.
I was in deep thought. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
it's just
it, I was
like
like,
he wrote. He's not in the accordion world. He's not as well known as Mignotti was, but
I
But
give
he-
a lot of anyone who can write.
Oh.
Or, I mean, produce.
it's so
music and-
so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's and the next piece in this same idea was written by Pietro Darrow, who's very big back in the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s. Schools published a lot of music for the instrument. Actually wrote three concertos for accordion and orchestra. They are scored for orchestra. They're scored for a symphony orchestra. This is the second of the three. It's a concerto in E, just the key it's in. That's all. And this is the third. It's actually a four movement. There's like four movements to most concertos are three movements. This is the third movement. It's not the last movement. And it's a rondo. It's very peppy. Let's put it that way.
Oh, that's good.
That's all it means. Okay.
It sounds like a
Yeah,
different-
there's a form to it, but I'm not going to explain it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so this is the rondo from Concerto in E by Pietro Darrow.
Thank you. Wow.
Thanks.
I could
thanks.
just picture a horse galloping around.
Yes.
you.
Yeah, really. And when you stop
Yeah.
and think of it, but
Yeah.
that's very typical of a in the classical concert form of what we call a rondo, where and there was composer Beethoven, they and on, but they use it in their symphonies, and so. But this is, I mean, when you think of the accordion, most people don't think of concertos.
No.
No, but this,
I'm looking at your notes. So I was,
yeah, it's all up and down.
yeah.
Very black, what we call very black. So, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to show
Yeah.
off the instrument and,
Yeah.
and what the instrument can do.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah, I heard
so,
that. Yeah.
so what I'm going to do next is go to what we call transcriptions. These pieces were written for other instruments or for an orchestra. This one was written by Florence Price. Florence Price is finally getting some recognition. She was obviously a woman, but she was also a black woman,
Oh.
and
Well,
who
women and
wrote
black women.
who wrote symphonies, concertos, and was played.
her.
The
Oh,
major
good. orchestras
orchestras did play it, and as always happens, they fall out of style. Nobody plays them anymore, and then I think it's coming back. She's being recognized. She was very highly recognized in her day.
Oh, very
Okay,
good.
this was kind of a short piece. I don't know what she wrote it for, but it was probably like a string group, but it's called a levee dance, which is a little lighter, and then some of the heavier stuff she did. So this is the levee dance by Florence Price.
Wow, that,
Isn't that great?
I love it's like it's definitely original because.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like I've heard-
and it's obviously based on
I mean, it's just different style. I guess it's her
Yeah.
own style that you can definitely
it's-
distinguish from someone
yeah,
else.
and of course a lot of her stuff isn't like this, but she did do a lot of ethnic, what we probably would call ethnic style, composing. So yeah, I'm gonna
special
skip ahead because I
dance
want to make
to
sure we
that.
get, huh?
I wonder if there is a special dance to that since
Probably.
it's danced.
Probably, it seems very danceable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the big things we did was in the accordions is to like we said, transcriptions. This is Mozart. Okay, the overture to his opera, The Marriage of Figaro.
Okay.
It's always been one of my fun places. It's arranged by Pietro Darrow, who wrote the concerto, but he arranged this for accordion. Okay, so.
I hear Figaro. I just remember hear the song.
Yeah,
Figaro.
yeah. The other that's another composer.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
okay. So this is the Marriage of Figaro overture by Mozart.
What's up? Yeah, very, very nice. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, should've-
Oh, it's wonderful. Well, Mozart,
Really?
you don't go, you don't
no.
really go wrong with Mozart
No,
so
not
often.
at all.
So.
We have probably 4 minutes, so I hope you have
How much?
more. 4.
Oh, okay. Then let me go back then. This is another one. This is one of my favorites. It's called The Comedian's Galop. It's written by Russian composer Dmitry Kabalevsky. You'll probably recognize it as soon as I start playing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Comedian.
Yeah. And it's written for orchestra. So, you know, so. Isn't that great?
Yeah, fantastic.
Just
yeah,
fun
sure.
stuff, fun
I did
stuff.
recognize it.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's so I know it's used all cartoons, you know,
Yes.
on television. It's
I
one
think
of those
Disney
pop.
probably.
Yeah, it's from a ballet, believe it or not.
Oh, is it?
So
Wow.
it's yeah. So that's, you know, so like a lot of stuff was when we do a concert, you know, we kind of mix it up between transcriptions and things that are written for the recording, as well as I didn't do it today because we've done it on other programs,
Okay.
you know, some more popular things.
Yeah.
But we, you know,
I liked when you did the cartoon.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh, they're all good, but yeah. It's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. Is there? Do you still teach accordion?
Yes.
You do. Is there a way for more information they can?
Sure, they can contact me. You know, I'm on Facebook. That'd probably be the easiest way.
Facebook.
Yeah.
There you go.
So.
Peter Peluso.
Yeah. So it's and that'll probably be the easiest way. And I'll get back through Messenger, and I'll get back to you.
Messenger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I'm mostly getting adults.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, people who are retired
Yes.
Always wanted to
Something
play.
do. Yeah.
and they gave themselves an instrument, and
Oh, good.
and they're having some of them are doing really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So
I'll have them on someday too.
you never know.
You never know.
I don't know if I'd get them to come.
yeah.
I think once they see the camera, I think they'd free, you know.
Right.
But anyway,
But thank you again, Pete.
thanks for
joining
having me
us.
as always, Chris. It's fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And thank you for tuning in to Christine's Corner, and we'll see you again next week. Love you.
The water's warm at Jaws Pond, and we're stocked full of treasures. Big or small, we buy it all. We buy and sell fast rides, power tools, vintage guitars, and so much more. Walk the plank in style with our fine jewelry, diamonds, and watches. Plus, we have a huge selection of the latest video games, including the new PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Jaws Pond, conveniently located on Meriden Waterbury Turnpike in Southington and West Main Street in New Britain.